So I just got lashes on my young fairy, and I just wanted to change her look just a little bit because this is a present for my mother and I want to give her a little bit more young look. And so how I'm going to do that is to just take her hair, rather than having such a big hairstyle that makes her look older, I'm going to take this back and just put a little bit of glue right here, of Fabri-Tac glue, and then just kind of push this in place. And then I'm also going to put some little micro beads on top of that. And then in this case, it's going to be okay to just smash it down with my fingers because I'm going to be putting the beads on top of it. And so if the glue shows through or if there's any matting in the hair, that'll be covered up by the beads anyway. But that's kind of more the look I want her to have. It's just that closer to the head kind of style. I'll do it the same with the other side too. Now I'm going to put more glue here, make sure it's all flattened down how I want it, and then I'll just put another drop of the Fabri-Tac glue, and then I like to just lick my finger, dip it in water, and then dip it in the beads, and then just pat them on. So I'm also going to take just a toothpick and kind of use it as a brush to clear away the hair from her ear, so it's nicely just poking out there cute without gobs of hair. So now I'm ready to add the glue for the beads. I make sure I have a clean tip on my Fabri-Tac glue, and then just let it come out very slowly. And then I'm just putting the glue where I want the beads to be. And the trickiest part is when you come away from this, you gotta watch those glue pieces. Then you can just add as few or as many as you want. And then I just kind of shake the hair because some will fall into it. But there, that kind of helps her hair not be quite so big and gives it more of just a young girl look. And when I was young, I used to wear my hair like this, so it's kind of fun for my mom on many levels. So I'll repeat for the other side and then show you. And then the last one for this doll, on the back side of her head, it was kind of poofy looking still, and so I just put a little bit of glue right underneath the top layer of hair, and then I just kind of hold this down in place. Then if I want to press it on further, I just use a toothpick like this, so you don't end up making this matted spot. It's just a few of the hairs that will be where they need to be and hold the rest of it down. So now the top of her head isn't being so puffy. So there she is with a new do. I think it turned out really cute. Then over time, your doll's hair can get a bit frizzy, and you can always just liven it up with just water. If you want to put a tiny bit of mousse or gel for human hair in your hands too, you can do that. But really just a little bit of water really just brings that curl back and takes away some of that frizz. And if your hair's gotten too poofy, that's a good way to help correct that as well. So I'm just giving her a little bit of water in there to help each curl have more shape. Now I've decided to give her a permanently placed necklace, and so how I'm going to do this is I've taken a piece of gold thread and I'm going to glue it right here, and then I'm going to put a little tiny crystal on top of it. And then I'm going to let that glue dry, and then I will use a long piece of gold thread like this so I have plenty of room to just tie it in back, lift up her hair and tie it back there. But I'll be gluing the thread and the Swarovski crystal right to her chest. Alright, so there I have the thread, and all I did was put a tiny little drop of 3D crystal lacquer right on her chest, and then I laid the thread over that, and then I put the crystal on top so I could really press it down once the crystal was in place. And these crystals can be kind of tricky to pick up, and so the easiest way I found is to just take your rubber tip tool and have the crystal sitting face up like you want it. Take your rubber tip tool and just moisten it, and then you just touch the top of the crystal and it picks it up. And then you can just come and place it right on her chest like that. So there's a tip for you. It makes it much easier, and The crystals are so cute and sparkly. Now I just need to wait for this to dry, and then I can tie this thread back behind her neck. And it's just nice and thin, so it looks like just a cute little necklace that she has on. Alright, so there it is. You can see how it's just a cute little necklace, and you can then trim it in back, glue it down and back if you'd like, whatever you want to do. I just left mine because I think it's kind of cool for a fairy to have pieces of gold thread hanging down from her. Just kind of adds to the magical of it, so I'm just going to leave mine long. But that's how you make a cute little necklace on her too. There she is with her wings in place. And these are the flexible wings that I've made out of liquid clay. And I call them bouquet wings because they're kind of like a bunch of flower petals stuck together. And they're fun and posable, fun to play with. So there she is, the young fairy with her new look. If you're interested in sculpting a fairy like this, just go to makingfairies.com, and this exact fairy is shown on Sculpting a Young Fairy.